Hi guys, my name is Rika May Guillermo, and here's my reflection about The Flood. This movie is a 2007 film which is all about the flood who destroys every place in Scotland to London. It shows here how damaged the flood brought to all people in London. It's not just a simple flood. It's like a tsunami plus the surge. So 100 people died and 100 people are also stranded where they are. But they provide the plans to prevent the crisis, and we will talk about how they went through it using the four stages of the crisis. But first, identify the four stages of the crisis. First is mitigation, next is preparedness, next is response, and last is recovery. Describing four stages, we will go first in mitigation. This happened the readiness of the government team. They create the barrier who can stop the water from spilling in their sea. That would be their protection when flood is near. In 3:21 in the afternoon, the maritime closed the barrier because the person who's in charge in updating where the flood is said that the flood is near to their place. But Professor Morrison said that the flood is too high and it will break through the barrier and the water is going to overflow. And the team think another plan for the nearest crisis that will come into their area. Next is preparedness. This time, they plan to bring the military force in the city to get the people into the nearest evacuation area. Also, they made announcement all over the television, even in newspaper, that they need to go in a higher place for them to be safe from upcoming flood. Especially the children inside the school, they are the one who are prioritized by the military force. The third one is response. Response that happened in this movie after some talk and brainstorming. They had an idea that Professor Morrison is right in what he said, that the water will break through the barrier, so they decided to reallocate the team into a safer place. When the flood is already destroying their city, they don't have a choice but to stay and think another plan because the flood is too fast to come. But still, they announce it right away for the population to evacuate. When the flood is already inside their city, they think of a plan on how to bring back the water out of their city. And Professor Morrison have an idea that if the barrier were going to turn up, the water will go back outside of their city. Because he assured that outside the barrier, the water is already low, unlike inside their city, is still high, and the flood is going to another country. And the last one is recovery. Recovery in this movie, the time where they turn the barrier upward, based on what Professor Morrison said, they are hesitant that it might not be successful because the time is limited only. So the leader of the military force has a second opinion, which is to target the barrier and throw a missile towards the barrier, will explode, and all the water inside their city will go out. But the plan of Professor Morrison is successful, and after they saw a people seeking help to bring them into the nearest evacuation area for them to seeing their loved ones, for them to treat the wounds that they encountered during the flood, and little by little, they bring back to normal their country before the flood destroyed them. With the help of the expert, they did it. They risked their lives just for their fellow citizens to be okay. Number 3, what is the worst thing happened and how was it that addressed or resolved or responded? For me, the worst thing that happened in this movie is when at the start where all the houses and lives of individuals are in risky situation, that they don't have any idea that this crisis will come. Also, to the marine forces, military forces, And the government team, they are too careful with the decision they let out because they are responsible for everything. Once they do a wrong move, many people will at risk. But for them to resolve it, they did a better plan, hearing others people's opinion, risking their lives also for their fellow citizens, and that's it. They overcome the tragedy because they stick and trust one another, so they successfully overcome that crisis. Number 4. What do you learn and realize from the movie and relate it to your role as your future HM manager? I have learned that you cannot say what will happen next, so you better show your love to your family, friends, and other people you have. Also, I learned that when the time comes, if the tragedy will attack you, you need to stay focused with your plan on how you can get out and go to the safe place. And also you can go to the people who are with authority like police, army, medic, and so on. As a future manager someday, I need to be ready when something might happen and plan a step. But what's needed? By what's needed in that particular situation. Teach all of the stuff. That's all the step when that time comes, and I need to be always updated in outside happenings and provide or call an announcement ahead of time for my company to be prepared. If this flood happens, I will immediately leave the building and bring with me all the important documents together with all my staff. We will go to the safer place because me as a manager, all of my employees are important. They depending on me. They see me as a role model, so I better do my best always for them as a manager and for the company. Thank you.